Welcome to my channel, Emma English Practice. Hello, my friends. I'm so happy you're here with me today. I want to share something very important with you, something simple but powerful. Today, we're going to talk about speaking slowly in English. I know it might sound strange at first. You might be thinking, why should I speak slowly? Don't native speakers speak fast? Won't people think I'm not fluent if I don't talk quickly? These are all common thoughts. In fact, I used to think the same way. When I was learning English, I believed that if I could speak fast, people would think I was good at English. I wanted to sound like the people I saw in movies and TV shows. They spoke quickly, with confidence and rhythm, and I thought that if I could speak like them, I would sound smart and fluent too. So, I tried. I rushed my words. I forced myself to speak faster and faster, but something didn't feel right. People didn't understand me. I made more mistakes. I said the wrong words, and sometimes I couldn't even finish my sentence. I felt embarrassed. I felt like I had failed. I started to lose confidence. I began to wonder why speaking fast wasn't working for me. I was trying so hard, but I didn't feel good about my English. I felt like I was going in the wrong direction. Then one day, something small but powerful happened. I was speaking in class, trying again to talk quickly, when my teacher gently stopped me. She looked at me kindly and said, "Slow down. Take your time. Speak slowly and clearly." At first, I didn't really understand what she meant. I thought speaking slowly would make me sound like a beginner. I was afraid people would think I wasn't good at English, but I trusted my teacher, so I decided to try. The next day, I slowed down. I took a deep breath before speaking. I gave each word space. I focused on the message I wanted to share, and something amazing happened. People understood me. They listened carefully. They smiled. I could see in their eyes that they were really hearing what I was saying. For the first time, I felt confident when I spoke English. I didn't feel nervous. I felt calm and in control. That day, I learned something I will never forget. Speaking slowly is not a weakness, it is a strength. Speaking slowly helped me say the right words. It gave my brain time to think. It gave my mouth time to move. It made my voice sound clearer. I felt proud of myself, and I started to enjoy speaking English more. From that day on, I made a decision. I would speak slowly, not because I couldn't speak fast, but because I wanted to speak well. When you speak slowly, you don't just help other people understand you, you help yourself. You make fewer mistakes, you feel more relaxed, you have more control, and you give yourself the time and space to grow. Many learners think they need to speak fast to sound fluent, but this is not true. Fluency is not about speed, it is about clarity. Fluency means being able to express your thoughts clearly and calmly, without fear. Fluency means being confident in your words and your voice. Think about how children learn to speak. They don't rush. They take their time. They speak slowly, and their parents listen patiently. We smile when we hear a child speak slowly, because we know they are learning. So why should it be any different for us? Just because we are adults doesn't mean we have to rush. Learning a language takes time. Speaking slowly is a natural and intelligent way to learn. I remember so many times when I tried to speak fast and ended up repeating myself again and again. I felt frustrated. I felt nervous. But every time I slowed down, everything became easier. I could think clearly. I could speak calmly. People could understand me. I didn't have to say things twice. Speaking slowly helped me enjoy English. It helped me connect with others. It helped me grow. And that's why I'm sharing this with you today. I want you to feel the same joy and confidence I felt. I want you to know that it's okay to take your time. It's okay to pause. It's okay to go slowly. You don't have to rush. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to keep moving forward. One word, one sentence, one step at a time. This video series is your guide. Together, we will explore how to speak slowly, how to practice it every day, how to overcome problems, and how to use this simple habit to become a better speaker and listener. You will learn how speaking slowly helps you understand fast English, how it builds your confidence, and how it makes your English more powerful and more beautiful. I want you to join me on this journey. It's not just about learning a language, it's about building your voice. It's about feeling strong, feeling brave, and feeling proud of yourself. If you've ever been afraid to speak, if you've ever made mistakes and felt embarrassed, if you've ever wished you could speak English better, this is for you. Together we'll learn that slow is not bad. Slow is smart. Slow is clear. Slow is powerful. So take a deep breath. Let's begin this journey together. Are you ready? Let's begin with Chapter 1. Why speaking slowly is powerful. Chapter 1. Why speaking slowly is powerful. When I first began my journey of learning English, I believed that speaking fast was the key to sounding fluent. I thought that if I could speak quickly, people would think I was smart and confident. I wanted to sound like the native speakers I saw in movies and YouTube videos. They spoke fast, with rhythm and energy, and I admired them. So, I started to push myself. I forced my mouth to move faster than it was ready for. I didn't give myself time to think. I rushed through my sentences, hoping to impress others. But what I found was the opposite. People didn't understand me. They looked confused. They asked me to repeat what I had said. Sometimes they smiled politely, but I could see they were struggling to follow my words. I made many mistakes, not because I didn't know the words, but because I didn't give myself the time to say them properly. I skipped words. I mixed up my grammar. I got lost in the middle of my sentence. The more I tried to speak fast, the more nervous I became. I felt like I wasn't good enough. I started to doubt myself. Then one day, during a speaking activity in class, my teacher gently stopped me. She said, "Slow down. Take your time. There's no need to rush." I was surprised. No one had ever told me that before. She continued, "Speaking slowly is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign that you care about your words. It's a sign that you want to be understood." Her words stayed with me. The next day, I tried something new. I took a deep breath before speaking. I didn't worry about speed. I focused on speaking clearly. I gave each word space. I looked at the faces of the people listening to me, and something amazing happened. For the first time, they understood every word. They nodded. They smiled. They waited patiently for me to finish. I felt something I hadn't felt in a long time: confidence. That one small change, slowing down, made a big difference. I began to enjoy speaking English more. I didn't feel as nervous. I didn't feel as rushed. I felt more in control. I realized that speaking slowly gave me power. It helped me express my thoughts clearly. It helped me avoid mistakes. It gave me time to think and to breathe. And most importantly, it made communication easier and more meaningful. Speaking slowly does not mean you are not good at English. In fact, it shows that you are thoughtful. It shows that you are focused. It shows that you are confident in your message. When you speak slowly, you give your brain time to find the right words. You give your mouth time to pronounce them clearly. And you give your listener time to understand and connect with you. From that day forward, I made a promise to myself. I would never rush again. I would speak slowly, speak clearly, and speak with confidence. And I want you to know, you can do the same. Speaking slowly is not just a technique, it is a mindset. It is a way to take control of your English and turn fear into confidence, confusion into clarity, and silence into conversation. Chapter 2. How to practice speaking slowly. Every day. Now that you understand why speaking slowly is powerful, the next step is to practice it every day. Like any new skill, slow speaking becomes easier the more you do it. At first, it might feel strange. You might feel like your voice sounds different. You might even feel a little shy. But don't worry, that's completely normal. I felt the same way when I first started practicing slow speaking. I had to remind myself every day, it's okay to go slow. It's okay to take my time. One of the best ways to begin is with a very simple practice. Every morning, choose one short sentence in English. Make it something positive and easy to remember, like, today is a beautiful day, or I am learning English with joy. Say this sentence out loud, but not fast. Say it slowly. Let your mouth feel the words. Listen to your voice. Then, say it again, and again. Say it 3 times with a calm and steady voice. This small habit helps your brain and your mouth work together. It starts your day with confidence and focus. Another great way to practice slow speaking is by reading out loud. Choose a short story or even a paragraph from a book or article. Spend 5 minutes each day reading it aloud, slowly and clearly. Focus on each word. Make sure you pronounce everything as best as you can. Don't worry if you don't know every word. If you get stuck, pause, look at the word, and try again. I remember reading short bedtime stories before going to sleep, just to practice my slow speaking. Each time I did it, my reading got better, and I felt more sure of myself. Something that helped me a lot, and made practicing fun, was singing. Yes, singing. I picked simple English songs with easy lyrics, like Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. I would sing the song slowly, clearly, and with feeling. Singing helps you understand rhythm, pronunciation, and breathing. It also lifts your mood. I would smile as I sang, and that made the learning feel like play instead of work. If you enjoy music, try this method. It really works. You can also practice slow speaking while doing your daily tasks. For example, when you are brushing your hair in the morning, say out loud, I am brushing my hair. Say it slowly and clearly. When you are making tea, say, I am making tea. These are simple sentences, but they are real. They are part of your daily life. Talking to yourself like this, slowly and mindfully, is great practice, and no one will laugh. In fact, it helps you feel more natural and comfortable using English in your everyday routine. Recording yourself is another powerful tool. Use your phone or any voice recorder. Say 1 or 2 sentences slowly, then play them back. Listen carefully. Can you hear each word? Is your voice clear? If not, try again. I used to feel shy hearing my own voice, but over time, I started to enjoy it. I could hear my mistakes, and that helped me improve. It felt like my voice was becoming a friend instead of something to hide. And finally, remember to smile when you speak. Smiling helps you relax. It softens your voice. It makes you feel happy and calm. When you're relaxed, it's easier to speak slowly and with confidence. I always tried to smile when I practiced, and it made the experience more enjoyable. Over time, slow speaking became a natural part of me, not something I had to force. These small practices, done daily, will help you grow. You don't need hours. Just a few minutes a day can make a big difference. Speak slowly in the morning, while reading, while singing, while doing small tasks, and even when you're alone. Your English will become clearer, stronger, and more confident. Step by step, slow speaking will become your superpower. Chapter 3. Common Problems and Simple Solutions. Many English learners want to speak slowly, but when they try, they run into problems. That's completely normal. Just like learning to ride a bicycle, speaking slowly in English takes balance and practice. And like any learning journey, you might feel frustrated sometimes. But I want to remind you, every problem has a solution. You are not alone, and the difficulties you face can be overcome with small changes and daily effort. One of the most common problems is feeling shy or self-conscious. When you start to speak slowly, you might feel like people are watching you. You might worry they will think you are not fluent or that you are too slow. This fear can make you rush your words again. I've been there. I used to feel uncomfortable when everyone in the room was waiting for me to finish my sentence. But here's what helped me. I practiced slow speaking alone. I stood in front of a mirror, looked at myself, and spoke slowly, clearly, and confidently. I got used to hearing my voice. I got used to the pace. Little by little, I felt less shy. And when I finally spoke to others, I felt more confident because I had already practiced by myself. Another problem is forgetting to slow down, especially when you're excited or nervous. You may begin speaking slowly, but then your speed increases without you noticing. This happens to many learners, including me. The best way to solve this is with one small habit. Take a breath before you speak. Just a short pause, one deep breath, can remind your brain to slow down. I started doing this whenever I answered a question or started a conversation. That breath gave me control. It gave me space. And slowly, it became a natural part of how I speak. Some learners also say they feel strange when they speak slowly. They think their voice sounds funny or different. But that's only because they are not used to it yet. In reality, slow speaking sounds clearer and more confident. One way to overcome this feeling is to record your voice, play it back, and listen with care. You will start to hear the beauty in your words. You will realize that slow speaking sounds strong, not strange. Another worry people have is that others will become bored if they speak too slowly. But actually, the opposite is true. When you speak slowly, people understand you better. They don't have to guess your meaning. They feel connected to your words. If you're unsure, just watch people's faces while you talk. If they're nodding, smiling, and responding, that means they're with you. That means they're listening, and that your slow speaking is working. Sometimes learners lose their place when they try to speak slowly. They start a sentence, pause, and then forget what they wanted to say. This can be frustrating, but there's an easy fix. Use short, simple sentences. Don't try to say everything at once. Speak in small chunks. For example, say, I like apples. Pause, then say, they are sweet. Pause, then say, I eat them every day. This method helps you stay focused. It helps your thoughts stay organized. Finally, Some people think slow speaking takes too much time or energy, but remember this: saying one clear sentence is more powerful than 10 fast, confusing ones. When people understand you the first time, you don't need to repeat yourself. That actually saves time. If speaking slowly feels tiring at first, don't worry. Start small. Practice for 5 minutes. Then increase slowly. Your brain and mouth will adjust. It will get easier, and it will feel natural. Slow speaking may come with challenges, but you can overcome every one of them. Keep practicing. Keep believing. You're already making progress just by trying. Chapter 4. Train your mouth and mind to work together. When we speak English or any language, two important parts of us must work as one: our mind and our mouth. The mind creates the idea, finds the right words, and gives us the message. The mouth is the tool that brings that message into the world. But often, these two parts are not moving at the same speed. Your mind might be thinking fast, while your mouth is still catching up. Or your mouth may start moving before your brain finishes its thought. This is where problems begin. Words get jumbled, sentences get cut off, and you end up feeling confused or embarrassed. That's why it's so important to train your mind and mouth to work together, to move like a team. When I first started speaking English, my mind was always racing ahead. I wanted to say so many things, but my mouth couldn't keep up. I would start one sentence, pause, forget what I wanted to say, and feel nervous. Other times, my mouth was faster than my thoughts, and I would speak without thinking clearly. This made me say things I didn't mean or use the wrong words. I realized that to speak slowly and clearly, I needed balance. I needed to connect my thinking with my speaking. One simple way I did this was by speaking in rhythm. I imagined each sentence like a small piece of music. I would say one word, then pause, then say the next word, just like keeping a beat. I even clapped my hands or tapped my fingers to keep the rhythm. For example, I would say, I like to read books. Each word had space. Each word had its moment. This helped both my brain and my mouth slow down and stay connected. Another great technique I used was shadowing. This means listening to someone speak slowly in English and trying to repeat what they say at the same time, like being their shadow. I started with slow, clear videos and audio clips. At first, it was hard to keep up, but day by day, it got easier. My mouth started to follow my mind more smoothly. My pronunciation improved. My confidence grew. Shadowing helped me train both listening and speaking together, and it felt like real practice with a native speaker. I also used a method I call think and speak. Before I said anything, I gave myself a moment to pause. I asked myself, what do I want to say? Then I said it, slowly. That small pause gave my brain time to prepare and my mouth time to deliver. I didn't rush. I felt more in control, and my sentences made more sense. Repeating short phrases helped too. I would take simple sentences like, "This is my book," and say them 5 or 6 times. Each time, my mouth remembered the movement. My brain got used to the pattern. Over time, those sentences came out naturally, without stress. Another powerful activity was slow reading with recall. I would read one sentence from a book or a story, close it, and try to say the same sentence from memory. This trained my brain to hold information and my mouth to produce it clearly. It was like building a bridge between my thoughts and my voice. Some days I forgot words, and that was okay. I opened the book, looked again, and tried once more. Each time, the connection got stronger. Even your eyes can help. When reading or watching something with subtitles, go word by word. Look at the word, say it, feel it. This focused attention helps your mind and mouth move together with care. And finally, never forget to relax. If your body is tense, your mouth feels tight, your voice sounds shaky. But when you sit comfortably, take a deep breath, and smile, your voice flows more naturally. I used to sit near the window and describe what I saw. The sky is blue, the trees are green. Simple, slow sentences helped me feel peace, and with peace came progress. So remember, your mouth and mind are partners. Train them to trust each other. Let them move together, slowly and surely. This is how you become a strong and confident English speaker. Not through speed, but through balance and practice. Chapter 5. How Slow Speaking Helps You Understand Fast English Better. At first, it may seem strange to say that speaking slowly can help you understand fast English. You might think, but I want to understand native speakers. They talk quickly. How will speaking slowly help me do that? The answer is simple but powerful. Slow speaking trains your brain, your ears, and your mouth to understand English more deeply. When you speak slowly, you are not just practicing for yourself. You are preparing your brain to handle real conversations and fast speech in the future. When you speak slowly, you begin to hear every sound in English. You become more aware of how words are built, how they are pronounced, and how they connect. Let's take a simple sentence. I am going to school. When you say it slowly, you hear the ing in going, the small word to, and the full shape of school. These little sounds are often lost when someone speaks fast. But if you train your ears to hear them by speaking slowly, then later, when someone says it quickly, I'm gonna school, you'll recognize it. Your brain will remember the full sentence, and you'll understand what they mean. I remember a time when I couldn't understand anything from fast English videos or movies. I felt frustrated and confused. But then, I started focusing on speaking slowly. I began to hear how English sounded in my own voice. I noticed how words changed, how some sounds were soft, and how others were strong. And after some time, something amazing happened. I started to understand native speakers better, not because I had become faster, but because my brain had become sharper, more trained to listen. Another big part of fast English is connected speech. Native speakers often link words together. For example, going to becomes gonna, want to becomes wanna, and did you sounds like didja. If you don't know these patterns, fast speech can sound like one long, strange word. But when you practice slow speaking, you can take time to say those word groups clearly. You can say, I am going to the market. Say it slowly, then a little faster, then naturally. Your brain starts to remember the sound pattern. So, when someone says, I'm going to go to the market, your ears recognize it, and you understand. Also, when you speak slowly, you learn how to stay calm. This is very important when listening to fast English. Many learners panic when they hear someone speaking quickly. They think, I can't catch every word. But when you practice slow speaking, you learn that you don't need to catch every single word. You just need to understand the main idea. This is what native speakers do too. They don't hear every word perfectly. They listen for meaning. I remember watching an English movie and feeling completely lost. But instead of giving up, I told myself, stay calm. Listen for the words you know. I breathed, relaxed, and focused on the key points. and suddenly I understood more than I expected. That skill of calm listening came from my practice of slow speaking. So, speaking slowly is not only for beginners, it is for anyone who wants to grow. It builds strong listening skills. It helps you hear fast English better. It teaches you how to stay calm, stay focused, and understand more with less stress. It may seem like a small thing, but slow speaking opens the door to faster understanding. Chapter 6. Speaking slowly in real life. Learning to speak slowly is one thing, but using it in real life is where the true magic begins. It's one thing to practice alone at home or with a book, but what happens when you're out in the real world? When you're in a shop, talking to a friend, asking a question in class, or meeting someone new? These moments can feel scary, and that's when many learners start to rush. They think, I have to speak fast so people won't think I'm bad at English. But let me tell you something very important. Speaking slowly in real life is one of the smartest things you can do. I remember one day very clearly. I was at a shop, and I wanted to buy something. I walked up to the shopkeeper and tried to speak fast. I thought that if I sounded fast, I would sound confident. But it didn't work. The shopkeeper didn't understand me. I had to repeat myself, again and again. My face felt hot, and I started to feel nervous. I thought, why is this happening? I know these words. Then, I took a deep breath. I remembered what my teacher had told me. Slow down. So I tried again, this time slowly. I opened my mouth and said the same sentence with care and calm. The shopkeeper looked at me, smiled, and said, "Okay." He understood me. And in that small moment, something big changed in me. I realized that slow speaking works, even in real life. Speaking slowly in real life doesn't mean speaking like a robot. It means giving each word time to live. It means giving your listener time to hear, think, and respond. Whether you are ordering food, asking for directions, or making a new friend, slow speaking helps you stay in control. It gives you time to think. It makes the conversation smoother. Real life is where your English practice becomes real power. Don't let fear push you to speak too fast. Speak with care. Speak with peace. Speak with confidence. Every time you use slow speaking in your daily life, you are not just communicating. You are building trust, clarity, and confidence. Chapter 7. Speaking slowly builds confidence. Confidence is something every English learner wants. We all want to feel strong when we speak. We want to feel that our words matter, that people are listening to us, and that we are doing well. But the truth is, many learners feel nervous, shy, or afraid when speaking English. They worry about making mistakes. They worry about sounding silly. They worry that others will judge them. I used to feel all of that too. I know what it's like to open your mouth and feel your voice shake. But I also know this. One of the best ways to build your confidence in English is to speak slowly. Before I started speaking slowly, I was always in a rush. I wanted to prove myself. I thought that if I spoke fast, people would think I was smart, fluent, or professional. But instead, I made more mistakes. My pronunciation was unclear. People didn't understand me. And when they looked confused or said, "What?" I felt embarrassed. I lost confidence. Not because I didn't know the words, but because I was rushing through them. Everything changed when I started to slow down. The first time I spoke slowly in front of someone, I felt nervous. I thought they would laugh at me or think I was not good at English. But they didn't laugh. They listened. And more than that, they understood me. That one moment made me feel something new. Confidence. Real confidence. Not because I spoke perfectly, but because I was understood. I had control. I was not lost in fear or stress. I was present. I was calm. And that made me feel strong. Speaking slowly gives you space to breathe. It gives you time to think about your words. And when you have that time, your brain and your mouth work better together. You don't panic. You don't freeze. You speak with care, and that care builds confidence. The more you do it, the more your body and your mind begin to believe, yes, I can do this. So if you ever feel nervous or unsure, try this. Take a breath, speak slowly, and let the words come gently. Don't try to be perfect. Try to be clear. Try to be present. Confidence doesn't come from speed. It comes from connection. It comes from knowing that your voice matters. And when you speak slowly, your voice becomes stronger, your heart becomes calmer, and your confidence begins to grow. Chapter 8. Keep going, keep growing. Learning to speak slowly in English is not just a trick or a tip. It is a journey. And like all journeys, it takes time. At the beginning, you might feel unsure. You might wonder, am I doing it right? Or, why is it still hard? But my dear friends, let me remind you of something very important. Every small step you take is part of your growth. Every time you choose to speak slowly instead of rushing, you are training your mind, your voice, and your heart to become better, stronger, and more confident. When I started speaking slowly, it felt strange at first. I had to keep reminding myself to slow down. Sometimes I forgot and spoke fast again, but I didn't give up. I kept practicing. I started with just one sentence in the morning. Then I added 5 minutes of reading out loud. Then I began recording myself, listening to how I spoke, and trying again. Slowly, my slow speaking became a habit. It became my natural way of speaking, and because of that, my English became clearer, my confidence became stronger, and my conversations became better. The beauty of speaking slowly is that it helps you in every part of life. At home, you can use it when you talk to your family. At school, it helps you answer questions with confidence. In public, you can speak to shopkeepers, drivers, strangers, and they will understand you clearly. You don't need fancy words or fast sentences. You just need to be calm, clear, and kind with your words. So please, my friends, keep going. Keep practicing. Keep smiling. Keep learning. Speak slowly when you are alone. Speak slowly when you are nervous. Speak slowly even when others speak fast. Because your slow speaking is your power. It is your strength. It is your gift to yourself and to the world. You are not just learning English. You are becoming a confident communicator, a clear thinker, and a brave speaker. Keep going. Keep growing. Your English journey is just beginning, and the best is yet to come. Thanks for watching.